I am mind blown. Let's start at the beginning. I found a code, a hidden code in the Bible, KJV edition, in hopes to further crack this code and find who may have laid out this code. I've been doing much research, and this is what I found. Before we jump into it, let's start small. Come here, I want to show you something inside the Bible. And evening and morning, first day. And evening and morning, second day. Third day, fourth day, fifth day. And the evening and the morning, sixth day. And on the seventh day, God ended his work from which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. Now, if you've been keeping up with this series, you know that we have figured out that he is Jesus, and he has been with God since the beginning of creation. Since before the beginning of creation, but this is not about that. On the first 6 days of creation, there was evening and day. On the seventh day, there was no evening and day. There's nowhere in the Bible. There's no evening and day on the seventh day. Furthermore, if we visit 2 Peter 3, we see that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is as one day. As Einstein states, time is relative. So the days in the heavens are longer than the days on earth. But that's our perception of time and how it could be broken down. The time could be completely different, right? So can we still be on the seventh day? And this is why we're attesting to Jesus' return, because Jesus is resting, maybe? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna put this together. Trust me, we're going deep. We're going deep with this one. I'm not gonna hold back right now. So now when we visit Noah's Ark. So I want you to notice this line that I'm over. You are also to take 2 of each living creatures, a male and a female, on board the ship and preserve them. So the math, if I'm mathing correctly, it was 14 pairs of clean male and females, and 7 pairs of unclean male and females. Living creatures, all of God's living creatures. In nowhere in the Bible it says that God stated no humans allowed on the ship. Furthermore, Noah and his family are the caretakers. They're there to take care of the people on the ship. And not only that, Noah was there to create and build the ship. So whatever clean and unclean is to you, we have to go back to why the flood happened, and Nephilim and falling and the intermingling of living creatures and the DNA splicing and all of that things that was happening during that time that still is kind of, you know what I mean? Right, so now we're going to get into some quick history because of the code that I found. When you take away every letter that repeats itself, I've seen this code somewhere before, and these kind of codes are considered like ciphers. So in 1604, King James commissioned 50 people to come together and put together all religious biblical literature that there is out there in the world. And one thing that you can notice about the Bible, there is no signature written by, you know what I'm saying, because this is the word of God, right? But this is not the first Bible that was created. This is not the original Christian text that we were given. And we'll get into that in this video. Just wait. But I want to give you some history of what I found and why I think it's here. KJV, I believe, was released in 1611. It's important for you to know this date, because here we go. So when we go to Psalms 46 words from the beginning, we get, remember we're talking about the KJV edition, because this does not appear in other editions. This appears solely in the KJV, which is crazy. But 46 words in, we get this word right here, shake. 6 words from the ending of Proverbs 46, we get this word, right? Spear. You put them together, Shakespeare. Shakespeare was 46 years old in 1610, the year before the Bible was released. Hold on. I'm going to put this together. Take it easy. Now, some people believe that Shakespeare ain't really even Shakespeare. That Shakespeare is a group of people. One of those being Sir Francis Bacon. Other people part of the Masonic order and the RC. If you don't know about the RC, look it up. But none of this takes away that, for one, no matter what the books have written about God, I know that there is a God. And I do not place all my beliefs into a book. I put all my beliefs into God and my connection to God. Do not be dismayed, my friends, because there is an original Christian Bible, and the oldest first Christian country there is, Ethiopia. This is the Garima Gospels, and it's said to contain between 81 to 88 books compared to the 66 that show up in the KJV. And this Bible was written 800 years before the KJV was released, or even Shakespeare was around. Also, I'll give you the exact date, 396 AD. Look it up. right? And Ethiopia is one of the only places on earth that has a 13-month calendar. And the year in Ethiopia today is 2015. They're 7 years behind our calendar, and there's a reason for that as well. But we can get more into that in further episodes. So, what happened to the seventh day? Can we be in that seventh day? Why are the lines mixed when it comes to the living creatures in Noah's Ark? Why aren't human beings mentioned at all? Or are human beings included in the phrase all living creatures? And lastly, was Shakespeare or the group of people that make up Shakespeare part of the Council of Nicaea? And why did King James only allow for 66 books to be included in the Bible when there are obviously a lot more books like Enoch and Thomas, etc.? People can try to discredit the KJV all they want, but at the end of the day, we have older text that is 1,600 years older than the KJV, known as the Garima Gospels. So, my friends, keep praying, hold on to God, and you already know what time it is.